So here we are. Today we're going to be adventuring with an e-bike. We are going to be testing the Troxus Explorer 26-inch fat bike you can see right here behind me. These bikes are very well priced. They're considered budget e-bikes, but as soon as I pull this thing out of the box, there doesn't seem to be anything budget about it. I love the way it looks already. Sturdy frame, fat tires, internal battery, it looks sleek. I have the step-over version, but it also comes in a step-through version if you don't like lifting your leg above your waist to get on your bike. It's a pretty good sized bike. It's supposed to fit anyone from 5'8" to 6'4", so if you're on the smaller side, Troxus does have a lot of smaller bikes that you can purchase, but today we're testing this big boy. Let's run through some of the key features of this bike before we even get on this thing. This is a fat tire bike that'll give you a bunch of latitude, whether you're cruising around town, on dirt, even in snow apparently. It comes with 4-inch thick Kendra tires, 180mm Tetra rotors and hydraulic brakes. Speaking of brakes, it's got brake lights, it's got a front light, it has a quick adjust seat, Shimano derailleurs, 750 watt Bafang motor, a 48 volt, 20 amp hour internal battery that comes with a 3 amp charger. It's got 100mm of suspension travel that you can quickly adjust with a hand lock. There is no quick release on the front tire, 8-speed Shimano shifter, throttle, a wide seat for a comfortable ride, a rear rack for your saddlebags. I have the Rock Bros travel bag attached to it. Troxus sells this on their website as well. The LCD menu gives you features like miles per hour, miles, average speed, power output, which is a big one, and an estimate for how many calories you're burning. The light switch is part of this LCD screen to turn on your front and your back lights, which is a great safety feature. You may notice the bike is dirty in some of these opening shots, and that's because I have gotten out and I have ridden it to test it a little bit already. So far, it's a really smooth ride. It's a rolling power outage, so you know, when you hit the throttle, it doesn't all of a sudden gas you and snap your head back. It slightly rolls into whatever power output setting you have, makes it feel smooth. It's nice and comfortable. There are 5 different power assistance settings on this bike, and testing all 5 assistants, I found mode 1 puts out about 200 watts of power and you go about 10 miles per hour. Mode 2, 400 watts, 15 miles per hour. Mode 3, 600 watts, 20 miles per hour. Mode 4, 800 watts, 23 miles an hour. And Mode 5, 900 watts. I got it up to 28.6 miles an hour. 28 miles an hour is the max speed you are legally allowed to set these bikes at. So it's the fastest any e-bike can go legally. And I'm sure there's a lot of more details and specs that we can get into, but I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not making unboxing videos. I actually want to put it to use and just see how this thing works for me, how this works for an adventure. So today I'm gonna put this thing through the paces. I live in Boise, Idaho. It's spring, there's snow in the mountains, so I can run this thing through all kinds of conditions and situations with one trip, and that's what we're gonna do today. I mentioned these are budget e-bikes, very price friendly, and I also have a link in the description below that if you use it, you get an additional 10% off, saving you a couple $100. So if you're interested in purchasing one of these at any point, make sure you check out that link below. Now, let's hop on the bike and let's get to testing. So now that I've had our Troxus e-bike for over a month now, let's talk about all the things I love about this bike and some of the things that you need to be aware of before you purchase one. I love this bike as a commuter bike. It is fast, it is powerful, and it doesn't sacrifice battery life to achieve that. I had this thing out for entire days. I've taken it all across town and up hills and through dirt. And so far, I have not gotten the battery down to below 50%. Troxus claims the battery life of this thing is between 32 and 62 miles. And after riding it for a month, I would put the average mileage on the high side. I do not like to pedal this thing, so I usually had it in power mode 4 or 5, using a lot of power, and I never had to worry about the battery running out. It charges quickly, the LCD screen is easy to navigate, and I love how this thing looks. I know most people might not care about aesthetics, but I like looking good on my bike when I'm cruising downtown, and every time I ride this thing, somebody stops me and asks me about it because it just looks so cool. So if you're a college kid without a car trying to impress a girl, maybe grab one of these things. You can get a little sidecar or a little trailer to put her in. Having a trailer for your extra child, pet, or gear, this thing has plenty of power to handle that. The size of this thing makes it super customizable for gear storage. If you want to add saddlebags or pack bags, it has plenty of space for that. The seat is big and comfortable. It's easy to put together right out of the box. And this thing is sturdy. It is solid. It is well built. I've ridden e-bikes with cords coming out of them from everywhere and batteries in ugly places, but this thing is all tucked in. It's neat. It feels indestructible. It is not gonna break. It's like that line from Boris the Blade in Snatch. Heavy is good, heavy is reliable. But if there's one thing about this bike that you need to be aware of, is that it is a heavy bike. It is a big bike. This thing weighs 103 pounds. Comparing that to something comparable like Rad's step over fat tire bike, coming in at 73 pounds, that's a 30% weight difference.
Oh yeah, muscles.
So heavy.
Can you get it?
So if this is something that you think you're gonna be loading into your car or onto your car or on top of your car, often the weight might be an issue for you. Of course, if you're taking it from your garage and you're commuting to work with it, who cares? You might even like that. Again, heavy's good. It's nice to have a big, sturdy, comfortable bike when you're commuting, especially in a place like Boise where there's still snow on the ground. You're going through slush, you're going through dirt, you're going through debris. This thing is really great for that. Those big tires are really nice. I love all the safety features on this. Again, just adding to that commuter aspect to it. Having rear lights and a front light that are just attached to the bike and turn on. It's nice to just have those extra safety features readily available to you. Now, we did test this thing on some serious mountain biking dirt in the Boise foothills. It handled the dirt really well in the steady inclines, on the flat parts, even on the downhill, the brakes on this thing are really good. But on the very steep uphill, with all that weight, we did get some slippage on the back tire. Trying to get up a hill with all that power, the wheel would sometimes spin a little bit and we had a little slippage. So if your idea is to purchase an e-bike to hit big mountain terrain, you're gonna be taking it in and out of a truck and attacking steep inclines, then maybe this isn't the bike for you. But if you're looking for a super customizable, super fast, super fun, super durable ride and commuter bike to get around town, especially at the price point that this thing is at, then I would check out the Troxus Ebike Explorer. Don't forget to check out the link in the description for 10% off if you're looking to purchase one of these bikes. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.